and welcome to this episode of Round Robin. As you can see, we're not in the studio today. We are at the city's new Fire Station 11. I'm your host, Robin McCormick, and with me today is Captain Ryan Driscoll. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the station is open. There's officially a ribbon cutting later to celebrate it, but you guys were ready. You moved on in, right?
Yes, ma'am, we sure did. Moved in July 1st, as a matter of fact.
Okay, and the ribbon cutting, just for people who want to know, is?
Ribbon cutting will be August the 7th at 10 a.m.
Okay, and we are out on Big Bethel Road. Drove and drove and drove. It's like as far away from downtown as you can be and still be in the city of Hampton. And the reason for that is that this area has seen most of the population growth in the past 10 years. It used to be vacant land. For people who don't come out here often, there's a whole bunch of houses now, and they needed fire and EMS protection, right?
Yes, ma'am. Right now we have an ALS and fire suppression capabilities off of the engine.
Wait, you're just going to have to tell us what ALS means.
Okay, ALS means advanced life support, so we do have medical capabilities. But we've seen a lot of growth, especially on the Simple Farm Road area. The Saunders Road area, of course, was formerly covered by Station 6, which is at Todd's Lane in Big Bethel. So we've got those folks covered now, as well as the general growth of just in this corridor. It's been a needed necessity for a long time now. Right, and it's projected to keep growing. I mean, they're widening some of the roads. It's going to be a little bit more development out here, probably, at least when the economy picks up. Yes, ma'am. Right now, we do have the Commander Shepherd project, so that corridor is actually coming through right at the intersection of Saunders and Big Bethel as well, and that's expected to bring a lot of traffic and growth in that area as well. Okay. Now, Captain, how long have you been with the Hampton Fire Department? Actively involved since 1996. I was hired in August of 2000. It's a competitive process. It involves some command schooling, and it's basically you go through an acting officer stages on your way up, but you go through the ranks of acting officer, lieutenant, captain, battalion chief follows that. I was formerly the captain at Station 3, which is down in the Withs area of the city. Oh, that's my area, okay. And was approached by the deputy chief if I would be interested in taking on this project, and this was last year. The station has been in the works, Station 11 has been in the works since 2006. But last year I was approached to finish the final stages, and that's with the outfitting and getting with H.R. Chesson and finishing the project and outfitting the station. Gotcha. This is quite a change then. I've been to the Withs Fire Station. It is not your state-of-the-art building. That one's been there for a while. Yes, ma'am. That building's been there since the 40s, and of course Withs Fire and Rescue's been around since 1909. Older part of the city. There are plans, hopefully, in the capital improvement budget to start on a new Station 3. I know there's been a lot of talks with that, so hopefully that's some exciting things in the future. That's great. But yeah, what you're sitting in now is the latest and the greatest. So you want to tell us some of the features of this building, because it is really a leap forward for Hampton in terms of the technology and the construction and things like that of this building. This is state-of-the-art in that it is a green facility, and what that means is they've taken every measure possible to make this structure environmentally friendly, from self-shutting lights to self-closing doors, to the multitude of ceiling fans that you see above you. Yeah, they're helping a little bit, I'd say. Yes, ma'am, and the geothermal wells that we have dug out here for the HVAC systems, the heating and air systems that we have out here. That's a little unusual. I haven't heard of very many, geothermal systems being installed. It's pretty new technology, or at least it's more cost-effective, maybe, than it used to be. Yes, ma'am. Geothermal systems are supposed to pay for themselves within a general time frame of 5 to 10 years in the amount of energy. Because you expect a fire station to last a whole lot longer than that. Well, as far as the energy savings that you receive from it. Basically, the way the wells work, they're about 250 feet deep, and when the water comes up, they're always a constant 55 degrees, so the heating and air conditioner systems don't have to work quite as hard to heat or cool water. But other than that, this station is also a Category 3 rated structure for hurricane protection. That's important in Hampton. And as the video crews look around, they'll notice that there are hurricane protection doors. These doors will come down over top of our bay doors and provide protection for this area that we're sitting in now. Oh, wow. And also there is a roof structure within a roof structure, so to speak. So Category 3 hurricanes are rated right at 130-mile-an-hour sustained winds. This building is proposed to withstand those, and if we were to lose the roof structure, we do have another self-enclosed roof in the building for protection. Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Wow. Well, I also noticed, speaking of hurricanes, that there is a backup emergency operations. There's a room, it's a multi-purpose room, I guess, but it can be used for training, it can be used for a lot of things, but one of the uses is a backup or second, depending on the need, emergency operations center for the city.
Yes, ma'am. We have a large room, which I'm sure we'll capture on video here. And it is to serve as a backup emergency operations center. That room, in times of need, if winds get too strong at City Hall.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the 9th floor of that
Yes,
building in really big winds.
Yes, ma'am. It's fully functional. We have the latest technology with Wi-Fi, televisions that are set to go in there, and 911, 311 can come and operate out of that room if need be.
That's great. That's great. In fact, there is a plan. I don't know how well funded it is or exactly whether the timetable's been set to move 911 and 311 out here. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That is correct. Hopefully, future expansion, capital improvement projects will provide that means. But right behind the station, you'll notice that the parking lot was left unpaved, and that is for a possible. They're proposing a 2-story structure for 311, 911 operators to operate out of. In fact, the building has been pre-plumbed, electrical and plumbing to make that happen if that were to come on board in the future.
That's great. Okay, well, what else can you tell us about the building?
The structure itself operates 6 bays, so we have the potential to operate 6 different pieces of equipment out here. There is future proposal, not set in stone yet, for the battalion chief to run out here, as well as possibly the hazardous materials team. Hazardous materials team takes care of and mitigates any emergencies dealing with chemicals, overturned tanker trucks perhaps.
Which is, you're right near a lot of the major roads, so
yes,
that makes a lot of sense.
And we do have a lot of large trucks that enter the dump facility right across the way as well.
Yeah.
And also possibly we'd like to get a medical unit ambulance out here as well.
But right now, just to let people know, the personnel that run out this truck are certified for paramedic EMS.
Yes, ma'am. Again, this is an advanced life support engine, so we have everything on this truck except a stretcher to take you to the hospital, but full capabilities. Everyone on here is certified for the most part as a medical technician provider, and we have all the pharmacological needs that we need on this truck as well.
So they would essentially stabilize somebody, you know,
to
do
the next closest ambulance arrives.
Right,
yes, ma'am. And again,
which still means getting there a whole lot faster than that ambulance from Todd's Lane would have gotten there in the past.
Yes, ma'am. And this station, this project, was really a part of the city's, the fire department's accreditation venture that we've been on for quite some time. It was set in the strategic plan about 5 years ago that we were going to go for being a nationally recognized and accredited fire department, and efforts are underway, and we're real close to achieving that. And part of that accreditation process is response times, and by accreditation standards they look for 8 minutes or less for arrival. Right now the city of Hampton is in the 4 to 6 minute time frame.
I was going to say, we're a lot better than that. That's
yes,
impressive.
We are above and beyond. So in this station, for this part of the city, the northwest corridor, the Big Bethel Manor part of the city, has really helped achieve those results.
That's great. And also, I know one of the future things that's under talks, and there's no details yet, is this cooperation with some of the other localities, especially Newport News. And this station is situated where you could help people right across the city line, maybe get there faster in the future, or do at least a cooperative arrangement.
Yes, ma'am. Right now we do have what's called mutual aid agreements in place. We're looking to go into automatic mutual aid, which means that Newport News, Hampton, York County units will be geo-proximity dispatch, which means they're based on proximities, closeness to each other. So that's really going to cut down with response times and getting people help in the fastest possible manner.
Oh, right, because there could be an accident, you know, just up the road here, and you guys might be able to get there faster than York County. And
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. In fact, for this area of the city, we also have Langley Air Force Base that assists us as well with responses to the farthest points of this district.
Oh, that's right, with Bethel Manor and everything else
Yes, ma'am.
nearby. Okay. I was going to also mention, now you guys have pretty long shifts. You live at the fire station for 24 hours
Yes,
typically.
ma'am.
So are there a few accommodations here to deal with that lifestyle situation?
Yes, ma'am. This has actually been called Hotel 11 because it is above and beyond as far as sleeping arrangements and sleeping quarters go. The firefighters that are housed out here for 24 hours at a time do have their independent rooms, and in those independent rooms there's Wi-Fi, computer capabilities, desks for studying. We're always in school here in the fire department. Of course, the bed accommodations, lockers, and their own bathroom and shower facilities.
And that's huge, I take it. There's bunk rooms, you know, where it's like kind of group sleeping quarters at most places.
Yes, ma'am. It was more or less in a military-style barracks, but the latest and greatest in conceptual thinking as far as dormitory and bunk rooms is independent and privacy. And believe it or not, a lot of that's been brought on by the influx of females into the fire department.
I think that does change the dynamics probably
Yes,
a little
ma'am.
bit.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
maybe you guys always deserved a little more room and privacy than
Yes,
you had
ma'am.
before. You also have a killer kitchen. I am so jealous of that stove. It's gorgeous.
Yes, ma'am. It's a full commercial outset kitchen, and the reason for that more than likely is when we have these large storms or these large-scale emergency incidents, and the Emergency Operations Center does arrive here with the 311, 911 personnel, and we have a mass influx of people. We do need to have the capabilities to feed them.
That's
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
But you know, the myth about you guys always like cooking chili and cooking the big meals, is that true?
That's absolutely true.
You don't have a huge crowd here, though. You have like 4 or 5 people on
Right now,
duty at any
yes,
time?
ma'am. It's 4 per shift. Possibly looking at 6 per shift, and as
on
hiring
the
processes and staffing increases, that's going to be our optimum number. Of course, the battalion chief, if he arrives out here as well, we're looking at about 7 to 8 personnel per day.
But it's also built for growth. It's built for the future. You don't build a fire station for what you need at this minute. You look at what you're going to need over the next, 10, 20 years.
Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
You also have a very nice living room, TV room, and a weight room.
Yes, ma'am. We're able to get state-of-the-art exercise equipment. Physical fitness is a huge part of what we do. In fact, all 3 shifts out here, and it's a department goal that we do 1 hour of physical fitness training a day. Physical fitness was something that was kind of overlooked just with we figured we got enough cardio and everything just doing our job, but recent trends have shown that that's not the case. So we do take time out for physical fitness activity each day.
It's important. I mean, it's tied to what you do. You have to be able to wear, I mean, you can't see all the gear right now, but you wear heavy gear, you carry a lot, you are moving pretty quickly into those buildings.
Yes, ma'am. And of course, on a day like today, we're talking 100, 105 degree indexes today. It really takes a toll on you. So physical fitness is of the utmost importance. And of course, our work times and as far as what we do on situations like today, is dependent on our cardiovascular health. So we're really in tune with that.
That's great. It's important for everybody, but it is crucial for you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me what made you decide to become a firefighter?
I'm a 2nd generation firefighter. My uncle was a captain in Newport News, so I know it's cliche, so to speak, but I was kind of washed in the blood. I grew up in the fire station, and believe it or not, it's all about this truck you see behind you. I can remember from day one the wheels spinning that this is what I wanted to do. I got with Hampton and Newport News at the same time, right in 1996 in high school, actually. I was privileged to do an internship for a year with Newport News Fire Department while volunteering with Northampton, which is our Station 6 down the road. And between college and continuing to volunteer with Hampton, and did another internship with Newport News in my collegiate years, and I was fortunate to be picked up in August of 2000.
Okay, so tell us again about the grand opening.
Grand opening will be August the 7th, right around 10 a.m. There'll be ribbon cutting involved. Members of the general public are more than welcome to come in and take a look at the latest and greatest in fire station designs.
Well, it's glad to have you, and I love seeing the building.
Yes, ma'am. Robin, nice meeting you.
Thank you. And thank you for watching this episode of Round Robin.